Hi and welcome to my channel. My name's Vicky and I'm an artist from the Peak District and I'm fumbling my way through making my passion into a business. I hope you'll join me for the journey. I've been working on this hunting dog for probably longer than I care to say. With house renovations and everything else, it becomes quite difficult at times to work on pieces. And I thought that it would be the perfect opportunity just to show you how I build a piece up. So I'm going to block in the lighter colours first. You might not even pick this up on the camera. Very, very light. And this is cream. So we're going in with cream on the Pablo range. You don't have to be specific with your colours, you're actually just wanting to get your lights and your darks in the right place. Now near the edge of the inner ear, I can see there's shades of a yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and just pop those in. Now at this stage it all looks very higgledy-piggledy, and that is a word, I think. And that is because all we are doing is putting our foundation in our building blocks. So I'm now just coming in with the lighter of the dark colours. Go ahead and put some brown in there. Right. So this one's very out of focus. So the colours are, this part here, not very distinguishable. I've just realised that I need to order some more black in the Pablo range. So it's simply, because A, this is out of focus, and B, because we're just building the first layer, we're just going through and we're just blocking out colour. Now, normally I would have a sheet of glassine over the bottom part and this part, etc., to stop me from being a muddy mess and transferring the coloured pencil from one place to another, but you wouldn't be able to see anything then. So I do recommend, if you are working on a large piece, or larger piece, this is 8 by 10. Was it 10 by 8? I don't know. I recommend you get some glassine. It's not very expensive, and you can use it also if you get quite a good roll to wrap your artwork up when you sell it, to stop any transference and just keep it archivable. So I'm just wanting to darken this bit here, just ever so gently. So all this outer edge here, I've got a background, so I will cut the background into it. I just need to darken this bit over here. So I think we are looking something like there. So we're going to come in with the zesty. Don't need a massive amount. I'm just going to squidge the brush against the, I don't know where my little container is. And we're going to start with the lights. And you can tell how much you need of this because of the way it moves around. And you don't have to be massively careful because colour pencil for the background, etc. will still go over the top of this layer. It's not an issue. So while that dries, we're going to go ahead and work on this part here. So we'll layer some of the cream over the top. And then the same down here. It's kind of a bit where it's squished his face a little. Making sure we're going in the direction of the fur. So the fur is going this way and then up. And then it goes round this way. And then it starts to go back up that way. And if you have a moment where you have a whoopsie, don't worry, because we're going to go back in with the zesty. And also, if it helps, obviously mine's static because I am videoing it, but if it helps to get the direction of the fur, don't be worried about moving your paper around. Turn it upside down if it helps, which is something I quite often do. And you can see I am blending in the direction of the fur. Coming back into the ear, so you can see there, you can easily go over the top of what we laid down before. Now we're trying to get more shapes than anything on this because it is slightly out of focus. So study your reference picture and work out where your shapes are, your darker bits and your lighter bits. And you're just going to keep popping those in. So blocking out the colours once more. Yes, many moons ago I used to burnish all of my backgrounds as well as the animal itself. Can you imagine how long that took? Very achy arms. It's not one of my finest moments. Just put a little bit more of a darker grey in there. Right. Zest it is the zest of life. Let's get on in here. Now if you put too much of the zesty on, it will start to take the, I'll do it here, there you are. Can you see how it's gone back down to the original colour? It will start to take off the layer of coloured pencil. In fact, all of the layers of coloured pencil. It's a cheeky monkey. And so we'll go back in here, but I can actually see, as random as it sounds, a bit of sort of a reddy brown. That is a technical term. You heard it here first. It's a reddy brown. I've not looked what colour it is, I've just gone for a darky red. So it won't look like a bright, vibrant red that shouldn't be there by the time we've blended. Like that. A bit of hot orange-ish colour in there. this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you don't need to know the specific colours. Obviously, like when you create black fur, you can have purple in there, you can have blue, brown. Although brown sometimes, if you don't do it right, it does tend to make you look like an old animal. So we're coming back up here, and we're now starting to add some little some little wisps. I can't talk. Just the odd little shape that you can see, defining that it is actually an ear. And you can see here again where I'm going over the top of the darker colours, the light colour is still showing. So if you hadn't laid your lighter colours down in the beginning, you do have a little bit of a grace with the zesty. So just add in your, start to add in your detail. Obviously this is somewhat out of focus, so there isn't a great amount of detail anyway. But obviously it still looks like fur. And we shall zesty. So I'm moving in the direction of the fur. And again, we don't want to move the colours around too much at this stage. So we're just going to come in here and add the odd bit of fur. Like I say, you can move your piece around, so I would rotate it round so that I could come in this way or that way. So this part here, we need some little highlights, and they are actually sort of a orange, not a light orange. I don't know whether that's going to be light enough. I might have to go in with the white, just to a little bit. Add those. Well, it should be strong. So we need to push those back a bit. So this is what I mean about layering, is that I've just used the white to highlight. It's too strong, but this wouldn't be bright enough on its own. So the trick to layering is don't panic. Yes, it will look like a 3-year-old has done it, probably for several layers, and that's okay. It has to get worse before it gets better. Don't panic about which colours you're using. You don't need to have a specific orange or a specific red. Just keep layering and eventually the colour will become right. Everybody panics that they haven't got just the perfect colour. It doesn't matter, it really doesn't matter. That's why you layer. You layer to get the colours that you're wanting, to get the values that you're wanting, and just practice with it. Just, you know, I do recommend Zest It. You'll have seen me bang on about it anyway, because that allows you to keep putting those colours over the top. Just go for it, and you know, what's the worst that can happen? And that's all I have for you this week, and until next time, toodle pip and goodbye.